Hello everybody, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I'm back today with another episode of Shelter War. Once again, as you can see, we have a visitor out in front of our shelter, so that means it's event time. It pretty much means it's event time every other week, more or less is how things are going in this game. Talk about that in a moment. We're going to talk about the event. It's the Caps Hunt. For those of you who have been playing this game for a while, you recognize it. It's been around for a while. I'm going to announce the giveaway winners, and I'm going to announce some changes I'm making to my shelter here. So first things first, let's start with the giveaway winners. So I put out a plea last video asking for you guys to participate because I've had a really hard time getting people to be part of these giveaways and even getting enough people to be to meet the minimum number of giveaway entries I'm giving away. But thank you. This week was much better, or this month, I'm doing it monthly, sorry. This month, so much better. This is by far the biggest turnout we've had so far. So thank you to everybody who did participate. This will be for the month of April, obviously, and then I'll have another giveaway again next month. So be on lookout for that sometime within the next 2 to 4 weeks. So the winners for this last giveaway are Silence, Brigos, Manoe, Kamalasis, Innocent, Maverick, Tommy, Demon R, Azul, and Bruce. Congratulations. The winning number was 7317, and these were the 10 numbers that were the closest. So again, thank you very much for participating. And as you can see, 500 buy coins each to each of you. And as time goes on, potentially we'll be able to change the number of entries given away and the amount. But for now, we're sticking to 500 every month. So for 10 separate winners. So again, thank you for being part of that. And be on the lookout for that again next month. All right, so the Caps Hunt is here. Like I said, if you've been part of this game for a long time, you recognize it. They advertised it as something different or similar event, but something different. Some big changes. More or less, it's the same thing. There's two different types of events that we have in this game. One's where you kind of have a wheel that you spin, and it's kind of random chance to get stuff. And another is this right here. We have 3 different paths to go down, and then you get this stuff. So this 3-path type style of event is in all the other games as well, or at least it was. But it's wildly unpopular. I think they've removed it from all of them up to this point. But the problem with that is you have to grind pretty much nonstop the entire time of the event to be able to get to the last item, which in this event here is this artifact here, which we'll take a look at in a moment. But for better or worse, I mean, in this game, as long as you do your dailies and you're putting forth the effort and you work somewhat above average, I guess, you can get everything. I mean, you can't necessarily get all the best of the best, but you can get all the primary items here. So as we'll go through, we'll see there's like 3 premium items up here, legendary, and then an artifact. I should be able to get through those just with my regular grinding. And then there's a chance to get some other items by continuing to push. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. But anyway, so that is one of the good things about the style of event in Shelter War is they do let you get through everything. But it is a style of event that is not wildly popular in the other games. So I'm hoping that we have a variety added here sometime soon. But right now it's just basically these 2, and there's a different skin on it every time. So the Caps Hunt or the Crypto Crates or whatever, they're more or less the same event. So that style of event is the same with different skins on them every time. So hopefully over time things will change. But what we have now is, as you can see, I am 51,000 caps in. You just go through your dailies. You do your attacks. You do your wrong spot. Watch your commercials. You get 390 caps by watching commercials every 3 hours. You go ahead and do your sieges. You get like 60 or I think 60 down here in the bottom right. We have oh no, actually throughout there's different attacks. There's like 10 different attacks. You have to pay a lot more water to do them, but you get a good amount of caps for those as well. And that refreshes every single day. And then, you do your sieges, you do your Doom Dome, get through 505 to complete your dailies, you get bonuses, you do your dailies, your other dailies, you get bonuses. So all of that, with me doing 10 through 10, I should be able to get through all the primary items, including the artifact, like I said. So I've gotten 50,000 so far. I'm just going to kind of go through. Since I plan on getting all of them, I'm not going to prioritize. One of these has premium in there. I still have some premium from the last event. So one of these paths has premium. So if you don't have it and you're looking for it, I would recommend going down that path first, especially if you plan on getting everything. That's there we go, 3 days. So the middle path right there. I'm just going to start on the right just because why not? No reason not to. In order to get this artifact, you have to complete all 3 paths first. So I'm just going to start collecting here as we go. Some of these are worth mentioning. Most of them are not. And I could just go all the way across. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bottom. That way we can see some of these legendary items at the bottom, the specific event items. And that'll be good. Level 60, you might have seen a little spoiler for what's coming up. I did go ahead and take the plunge and started upgrading my control center to CC9. So as you can see, I am getting higher items here. So my weapon capability is level 60 now instead of level 50. I don't have anybody level 60, so I can't use any of this stuff yet, but the good news is I'm collecting it so I can use it later. The way I'm going right now, I'm strong enough for where I am and the way this game works. So it's working okay. Here's a resource crate with a lot of good stuff. 900,000 food and 650,000 metal. Very useful, especially when you upgrade your new command center. You need a lot of that kind of stuff. And being control center, command center is Zero City. I'm getting 3 different uncommon chips. This could be the same. The big difference usually when you upgrade your CC is the value, the amount of these types of items you need. The premium event currency, which this time is caps, raises every time you raise your level. So for me, it's 850. Energy shield, yeah, maybe someday we'll use that. Epic belt, we'll go ahead and get that because why not? And since I am new to this level, some of these epics and rares might be used. It's going to take me a while before I get up to level 60, and I'm going to do like I did last time. I'm not going to mass level all my fighters. I'm just going to level 2 of them and do that for a while. There we go, physical. Excuse me. And level my hero as well, which I haven't done any of that yet. Once I get done covering the event, I'll go ahead and show you where I'm at as far as my leveling goes. But some of this could be useful. Here we go, robot assistant, if that's something you're looking for. I go ahead and buy that one every time it runs out because it's highly useful. 2 epic items. I have so many crates. I need to actually start opening some of these one of these days. There we go. So our first premium event related item. I kind of hinted at this before I actually said it, but some of the other games you need to really think about when you're going to do your upgrade to your next control center upgrade, because there's really good gadgets that are coming out or good items that you might need that you might miss if you haven't done the upgrade. In this game, they're constantly doing events every couple weeks. They're constantly adding new legendary items at the top level. So if you miss something at CC8 and you wanted to get a CC9, just wait 2 weeks, there'll be another event. So there's not really a rush, and the reality is, unless you're a big spender, there's always going to be somebody better, there's always going to be somebody stronger, so there's really no reason to rush. You can stay at a level and try to work out how to maximize that level and take advantage of being at that spot, and then if you want to upgrade later, you can, and you're going to get good stuff fairly quickly. So I mean, for now, that's the way it's been going. It's been that way for over a year, I believe. So there's really no reason to rush, but I decided to do it because I was kind of getting bored being at the same spot all the time doing the exact same things every day. So I decided to change it to take advantage and see if I could get some new stuff. So now we have the Destructor gadget. Once in a while, when health drops below 50%, damage increases by 20% on the sniper for 6 seconds. Could be useful. I will certainly be putting that to use when I get there. All right, so now we'll just go down this middle path. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to finish the middle path, but still have plenty of time left. I figured out at CC9 you need to average about 15,500 caps per day to be able to get the artifact at the bottom, and I am above that. I'm doing like 17-ish, I think. So all of these will be useful for my workers. Fallen token, hero tokens, I got a ton of those. I think I'm around 200. Not really taking advantage of them at the moment. I have taken advantage of them in other events, so at some point when I get a little stronger, I will do that. Uncommon ship, definitely looking forward to something good. Not that one, I already have one of those. Health and damage, that's the one I'm really looking forward to. Epic module, I really need the nanites, so I'll take as many nanites as they want to give me. Common implant. I'm kind of maxed out on everything right now, so I'm still working on Roxy. I said it in the last video I was going to upgrade some of my other heroes, but I haven't. I'm still sticking with Roxy right now. It was too much work switching back and forth. I just pop in, try to get the most done as quickly as possible with the least amount of effort, so I don't want to be switching back and forth all the time. More epic items, and there we go. We can get through this one. So our second event-related premium item is called the Devourer of Element Gadgets. Engineering, crit, dodge, once in a while when health drops below 50%. Weapons and drones ability to restore 50% faster. So it looks like that's the theme here. What about this last one on the left here? Fire of Rage gadget. Once in a while when health drops below 50%, all armor increases by 15%. So I suspect we're going to very soon, as this event progresses, see people that are hard to kill at the end. I'm going to struggle with that probably. Competition is going to get harder because these are all gadgets and gear that I'm not going to be able to use for some time. I'll be able to use them eventually, so it'll be fantastic, but for the time being I'm not, so I suspect my competition is going to get a little bit more difficult for a while. But like I said, the good news is they're going in my inventory. I'm going to have them. I'll be able to use them eventually. 600,000 food, so lots of food here, which is obviously very in demand for doing a lot of different things in this game. So always happy to get that. I'm just going to go all the way down. 1,200, that should do it right there. There we go. So we got more nanites coming, another energy crate, another uncommon chip. Hopefully it's not another energy shield. Epic gadget, more gory coins. I have so many of those. I actually spent some. I bought a restoring artifact. It was pretty cheesy and chintzy, but I have 2 empty spots, so I could take advantage of that. And it made a pretty big difference on my squad as well. More nanites, I need them. I need more of those. Shelter Dweller, I don't need those. I went to CC9, which gave me 5 more dwellers. I already have them maxed out at 5 stars, so I can't use anymore, but whatever, it's there. More equipment crate. Here's our Fire of Gadget. Rage gadget, which we looked at. So once you complete all 3 paths, you can come down here to the bottom and get the Steel Brazzers armor. And this one says, when receiving damage, has a 17% chance to decrease random enemy damage 25% and increase all armor by 40% over 3 seconds. 3 seconds isn't very long. I don't like the random enemies damage. Could be helpful, could be not so helpful. Increasing all armor is good though, so that's great. Plus we got 4 slots. So there's 4 premium items you get. So this is slightly different, I think, than some of the others. And if you complete all that, then you get the artifact. And this artifact fires once every 20 seconds at the start of every battle and disrupts 4 random enemies, turning 25% of their incoming healing into energy damage, during which the healing stops. So I'm back and forth on whether I'm using healing or not in my squad. I stopped using it for a long time, and I just added it back in so my health recovers quicker after all my battles, and it is helpful. So something like this against me is really going to hurt. I don't know how many people use healing, to be honest. I know there's plenty of people that have the healing artifacts, and I don't know how many engineers that have healing. So this could be somewhat useful, maybe not tons, not sure. I will certainly run it to see how it helps, but I fully expect to get to this point. Like I said, I think you need 15,500 to be able to get here. And then if you complete all that, then you come down here and you get a random equipment crate. This is the part I thought we'd get some random items in here, but it looks like all these 5 up top here, the unique rewards you get just by completing the event, or completing the event, quote unquote. Random equipment crate. They're not even going to tell me what's in there. So if we get to this point and I have 8,700 caps left, I'll open it up and see what's in there. I guess it's just going to be some random legendary, maybe. More than likely won't be able to use it when I get to that point, but whatever. It's free stuff. I'm not going to complain about it for sure. So that's the caps hunt. More or less, it's the same. The story changes. One annoying thing is on this map, usually in most of the events in the other games, you complete this map the first day. There's a storyline that goes with it, and you get the whole story. For some reason, every day this refreshes, you get the exact same story every time, which is highly annoying. They don't add that in the other games, which is kind of nice, but they do add it here, which is fairly annoying. But I just quickly click through it. It's manageable for sure. All right, so that's the caps hunt. So we have 4 more days. There was a total of 7, so 4 more days to do the hunt, and then there's, I believe, 2 days at the end where you can go ahead and cash in your caps and then buy some more if that's something you're interested in. And I think we will be able to watch videos as well every 3 hours to get more caps. So if you're a little bit short, I believe you should be able to get those during those last 2 days as well. All right, so that's it for the event. The next thing I wanted to cover is my decision to upgrade. So let me find I changed my shelter a little bit, so I don't know where anything is. I guess we'll just look down here. Nope, wrong one. This middle one. Control center. really hard. I don't know if this is just my emulator or not, but it's really hard to click and then get things out of the way. So here's my control center, as you can see, level 9, and I have a lot of upgrades to go. So you can upgrade everything, and as you can see, it's highly expensive. So I'm currently upgrading my water tank so I can hold more water. It gives me an extra 100,000 once that is done. I'm upgrading my fridge so I can hold more food, because everything right now I think I can hold 3 million food, and there's things out there that cost more than 3 million to upgrade, so I need to upgrade that so I can carry more food to do those upgrades. So those are going right now. I went ahead and bought another worker so I can get things moving a little bit quicker. And you can get items, some of the times it's not worth it to buy those extra fixed spots because you don't get enough materials, raw materials, to do the leveling of rooms. But since we can do these sieges and steal a bunch of resources, it actually, I thought, was worth it to go ahead and buy that one. So I do have it was only 500 buy coins, I believe. So that I thought was worth it. The next one's way more expensive, 1,500. That I definitely don't think is worth it. So the upgrades I have, I upgraded my, here, let's close this real quick. The first upgrades I did were, come on, there we go, the water filter. And a little tip here, I suggest, I did the water shelter, and then also up here, or water filter, whatever. And then up here, the food production, whatever that room was called. I need to move my rooms around so they make a little bit more sense of the farm. I definitely recommend breaking these apart before you level them, because if you need food production and you level it, you're out of commission for 3+ days, and same thing for water. So if you actually, I assume everybody knows how to do that. If you press and hold, you can actually go in and move your shelter around, change rooms. If you click on this one here on the right, you can actually break a room apart and then move them into separate spots. So I just kind of rearranged it and then leveled each section one by one. So it still allowed me to produce food and water at a 66% efficiency. So I was still getting progress there, and I did that between events. So I wasn't losing too much as far as the event went. I think first half of the first day I lost a little bit of water, but that was okay. So little tip there for all those production rooms: if you want to continue to produce things, break them apart. And I think the total cost is the same, the total time is the same, but you're going to be able to continue to produce stuff. So highly useful tip there. Real quick here, control center. So here's all the upgrades I got to do. I haven't done any of my workshops very high, so they're all still pretty low. I'm not producing armor because anything that comes out of here is not going to be good as the event materials, so I leave those lower. Some of them I actually did, I don't know why, but I don't plan on leveling them anymore because it's going to take longer to produce something, and usually if I'm going to produce it, I'm going to produce it for just the raw materials anyway, so I'm not going to use what I'm producing. All right, hospital, that'll be an important one, obviously, to do healing quicker. Radio room, so you can request more for your clan. That's not important. All of these are going to be helpful, though. So foundry, defensive point generator, research, blah, blah, blah. Metal storage, I'll have to upgrade so I can do some of these other upgrades. And once we get a little further down to the more important stuff here. So some of these cost over 3 million food and over 2.7 million iron, and right now I can't even hold that much, so I can't even do these yet. So the couple things I'm going to do: the breeding room, not the breeding room, I actually leveled my cloning room as well. I always think that's called the breeding room, so I can have 5 more people. That's done. Training room is one I want to do, obviously, so I can start having level 60 fighters. So I will get there eventually, not in a huge hurry for that, but I need to do that. Water station I want to do so I can start training my workers up to level 60 so they can produce more water. Recreational room I want to upgrade, or the breeding room, I guess, for food so I can make more food. So that's the areas I'm going to focus on. Those are more expensive. I want to get those done so I can start producing at a higher level, and once I get that done, then I'll start working on my fighters and getting them up to 60, because I upgraded up to CC9 now, and I'm still able to get 10 out of 10 of Doom Dome, which I was quite surprised about. So without too much effort, especially once I went back to that restore engineer, even though that might start hurting once people start running some of these new event related gear, that might come back to haunt me, but for now it's been working. And that's it. So it's going to be a slow grind. I know a lot of people complain that everything gets so expensive and takes so much time, but it is what it is. I mean, you don't want it to be just the same boring flat line the entire time, and a lot of games are this way. The higher you get, the longer upgrades take and the more effort it takes. So in some of the other games, some of the upgrades take like 10+ days. So you know, it's fairly standard. They're not doing anything here that's different than anything else. So I know it can be frustrating, but it is what it is. This isn't a game that's anything's going to change from day to day. You can progress as slowly as you want or as quickly as you want. I'm not even gonna get on that soapbox. I know you guys all know pretty much that viewpoint on this game and all these types of games at this point. So I think I'm gonna wrap it there. So we got the giveaway, we got the caps hunt going on, we got CC9 upgrades going on. So as we know, there will be another event coming, I'm sure, in a couple of weeks. We just had one right before this. So there was a visitor out front giving us the option to buy some things. I didn't do a video on that one. It was just the same thing we've had before, where they actually gave us some pretty good deals on getting some upgrades and getting some premium, getting some fixed bots going. Not fixed bots, that guy who goes around and collecting everything for you. So it's not bad. You can watch commercials to get a bunch of stuff. You can get some chips and things like that. So it's not bad. But it really wasn't anything to cover in the video. So I will be back, probably not before this event's over. I'll be back more than likely in a couple weeks when the next event is on, talking about that one. But yeah, until then, hopefully you guys are able to grind and get everything you're looking for. And hopefully, yeah, hopefully you're still enjoying the game and not getting too frustrated. There have been some bugs. I'm looking at myself in my video right now. It looks like my voice is kind of choppy. The recording's not working out, so hopefully that's not too bad for you guys. But if it is, I do apologize for that. Not going to re-record this, but hopefully it is reasonable. So anyway, until the next time, this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.